What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo
What's
8 Papa
up?
Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. I feel like I need to play that song again. That song kicks butt. Welcome to Shenanigans. Oh my goodness. Happy Father's Day, everybody. And we're getting ready to give a shout out to the Patreon. But before we do, hey Dan, what do you call an animal with no body and no nose?
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Ah,
Okay, there's a dad joke for you.
good one. Very good.
I like it.
I gave you your one for Father's Day. All right, let's give a shout out to the Patreon before these guys get excited here.
Too late.
So let's give a shout out to these guys because they're absolutely awesome. And if any of you guys are dads, happy Father's Day. And if you're not dads, you still mean something to me because you guys are just really awesome. Matter of fact, yesterday I had a Patreon come through the capital of the kingdom yesterday, and he wanted to activate with the king, and I went out and spent the day with him, and we did 4 parks. He had did one the night before and was wanting to get the 5 row, whatever it is, and we did 4 parks, and we had an absolute blast. And he even scored some cool swag, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Anyway, also thanks to these guys, the Adventure Club, which is almost over for the second quarter, and I'll tell you, if you're gonna catch these top 2, you're gonna have to do some work. But Kilo 8 Golf Quebec with an big off-stream donation, and he is getting close to the top 2. And there's a lot of places that'll jock you around before the end of this month, I guarantee it. So thank you guys very much. And we got some crazy weird guy here tonight. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. He's a member of the show, ain't he? He's the guy that don't never show up. What's up, Mike?
What's up? Better late than never.
He's that guy that I always wait for to contact me on 40 meters, and he refuses to get out of band and contact me.
I do.
What's up with that?
You know how it is.
Wait a minute. Do you have the same privileges in 80 meters? Because if not, you could go out of band in 80 and just be like the rest of the.
I can go up to 3,800.
What a coincidence! That's the end of the end of it for the generals. Oh, man. I don't see me going to do an extra contact.
It is what it is.
I wonder what 80-meter extras are like.
They're
that
probably extra.
That might be some serious shenanigans.
Special.
That might be some serious shenanigans because 80-meter extra class. Those guys are probably they've been doing it for a long time. I bet they've got some really good opinions. I might have to do that tonight. That might. After I come home from my activations, if I don't pass out because I'm about to die, I might have to go down to the extra portion of 80 meters just to see what that is like.
It's extra spicy.
Right there, Kilo Bravo Niner, Juliet, Quebec uniform. You know what's funny? Yeah. There's a protocol that's Kilo Bravo Niner, Juliet Mike uniform. And when he calls me and I call him back, I have to say Kilo Bravo Niner, Juliet Mike uniform. Just like Kurt says his call, I have to. Because it's in my head, and he probably thinks I'm absolutely crazy. Like, why does this guy just say my call really weird? But
click.
So what's been going on, Mike? I ain't
busy
clicking nothing. I'm not clicking nothing. I have
Somebody's clicking something.
I mean,
hands up.
It ain't me this time.
Oh, sorry.
It ain't me this time.
Mike's like, it ain't me.
Look here, I've got a different mic because you guys say that I get static or something through my expensive mic. So I've got my old mic that I used to have back when like 3 YouTube channels ago, and I'm trying to make the audio better. I'm not clicking tonight.
Sounds great.
You sound awesome.
Well,
stick with that, Mike.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to until I get a different one.
Sound better than 80 meters the other night.
80 meters has been trash lately. Speaking
Bad.
of 80 meters, like I know every activation that I go on, it the lightning crashes are just like stupid crazy.
The bands
So,
haven't
Mike-
been too good today either. So,
Mike, what have you been up to? You haven't been here in a while.
I've just been uber busy, guys. Just family and work, and it's just been. I'm sorry, it's just been very hectic, and it's about to get worse. But we'll have to see.
So you've been being an Uber driver for your family and work?
No, mine is the Uber, but everything else.
You
yeah.
said you've been uber busy. I mean, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I lost a lot of meaning right there. No, but it's just been crazy. Just
Ooh, I wonder
personal
if
Well, it's
somebody
good to have
wants
you
to,
back.
somebody should start a business called Poda Uber, where you pick people up,
take you on the
and
road.
you take them to the park, and you set up the equipment for them. You let them activate, and then you take them back home.
That's kind of like what's that called? What's that called where they rent the houses out?
Yeah, like a an
Airbnb?
Oh, an Airbnb.
Yeah, you need a POTA B&B.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
I think I prefer Pota B.O.B.
I could just
We
see
can
my bill
bring
now.
our own beers too.
I could hear the guy that I call in. I'm like, yeah, I want to set up my Poda Uber. Okay, what park would you like to do? Yes.
Yes.
All of them.
Well,
All
which
of
one,
them.
sir? Yes. How many parks is there?
Yes.
How many states can you service in one night?
That's a little
The
personal,
Uber.
isn't
A poober.
it? Uber. I'm going to need that spelled out, Kurt.
Well, he kind of did spell it out right there.
Well, you just gave us the acronym.
Actually, it don't even have to be a business. I think somebody should be the king's personal poober. If you would like to be the king's personal poober, please send me an email at hamradioadventureguy@gmail.com.
There's your money making scheme there, Eric. I like it.
Eric, thank you
POTA for hire.
Hawaii.
POTA for hire.
Oh, P2P them on 10 bands.
There we go.
Sounds like a plan. All we need is an LLC.
Hey.
Now all I need is Alaska.
So Eric can be the
You still need
Hawaiian.
Alaska, Hayden?
I still need, but I got Eric in Hawaii a couple weeks ago.
The guy from the
You know-
Azores
you
is
know
asking you, you still need Alaska.
You know what? Since Eric's going to step up and offer for Hawaii, Hayden, if you'll send me to Alaska, I'll work you.
Hey, there you go.
I'm still holding out for Jeremy.
I did
He's on
Alaska
a
like
lot.
a week ago. or 2
Well, I'm
weeks
going to
ago.
go ahead and tell you,
Again.
you go to bed too early for Jeremy.
I do.
Because I know when I was trying to get Jeremy, it was always like 1 o'clock in the morning on 20 meters, which the only time 20 meters has ever worked on at 1 o'clock in the morning in West Virginia was the Friday night of Support Your Parks.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I don't even want to know what Terry is talking about here.
I know. That was a little interesting, so I
If,
decided to throw it up there.
if I've learned anything, if Terry says something you don't understand, just don't ask.
Just ignore it, right? Just ignore it. I mean, like I needed to get him some more stickers for the Patreons to be sent out last night, and I call him. I was like, "Yo, Terry, I got these stickers," and he tells me the most unusual place ever to meet him at 11 o'clock at night. He drags me way out of the way and everything. I don't know what his deal was.
Was it close to one of Eddie's spas?
Yeah, just a nice secluded spot,
He
was trying to get more of your
Well,
underwear.
I'll tell you, it used to be the front door to a park, but I think now it's the secret back door to a park.
Pulling your
Yeah, Terry's definitely pulling your. But big shout out to Terry for you Patreons who've been getting stickers in the mail. You can thank him. He's been doing an excellent job. And for you people who's getting QSOs in the mail, somebody's been sending those out too. I'm actually shocked on how many QSO cards I got out last week.
Yeah, that's a good point, David. James, you can go ahead and submit your logs for the plaque event now. So.
Less than 2 hours left. I've got an hour and 45 minutes before I submit my logs.
That's true. That's true.
There you go. Get them in if you haven't.
It'll be a surprise to everybody.
There's also 2 hours left. Well, a little less than 2 hours left of the Lewis and Clark event. If you have not worked all of the Lewis and Clark states, I hope you've already got West Virginia, because I'm sitting right here and you ain't gonna get it. If anybody in the chat does still need West Virginia for a clean sweep, shoot me a message by the end of the stream and I'll make sure you get it. If you have any kind of radio signal, I can't promise you. If you're one of those people that's 10 feet away and
terrible.
You're turning the radio down to 1 watt because you don't want to skip me or something. I don't know. But
if anybody already has the clean sweep in Lewis and Clark Trail, the certificates are already available for purchase on their websites. I ordered mine last night. So.
And I noticed something today. You can get a different certificate if you worked at least one Lewis and Clark station.
Yeah.
I did notice that today. So
as long as you work one of them, you can get a certificate. And if you have the clean sweep, it's called their expedition certificate or something like that.
Nice.
Was a fun event. Speaking of fun events, it's almost time. I don't exactly know when it is, and Hayden's going to start looking it up because I know that's what he does as soon as I say something.
And I already know what event it is.
There you go. It's almost time for the 13 Colony event, which is my favorite event to hunt. That's right. I said hunt because I do
usually
hunt
around 4th of
13
July.
Colony event. Yeah, it is usually around the 4th of July, so it's getting that time. I know I've clean sweeped that for 2 years running. The first year that I clean sweeped it, I clean sweeped that QRP. So,
say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Yes, I clean sweeped it. You know what? Well, listen, there is probably something wrong with my head, okay? Because in the last week,
probably
I have done a ton of FT8. And all day long yesterday, or brace yourself. So, oh yeah, there we go. So
July 1st to the 7th.
The 1st to the
Hopefully
7th.
they upgraded their French station, because that guy last year was horrible to work.
There we go. The 1st to the 7th.
Might be the same guy. It's just a different call.
I don't even see a French station.
Right there, Tango Mike 13 colonies.
Oh, okay. They're Tango Mike over there.
Yeah, well, they can be.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, somebody's probably getting ready to do like a buy me a coffee donation when I let this next thing out of the bag, because they're going to know I need to go to the doctor. So not only did I run QRP a lot this week for the Lewis and Clark event, but all day long yesterday, I activated on a radio.
Say that louder for the kids in the back.
Well, I'm saying it to where the people can hear it that use those radios.
Oh.
And you also run that computer mode thing, whatever it's called, the FT something, the Barbie POTA.
Yeah, that's what I said. FT8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the Barbie POTA for the Lewis and Clark event, which really makes me mad because I had 73 FT8 contacts and I wanted to say 73 FT8 after that, and then I had to do this event and people were like, "You got to run digital. You got to run digital." So now I run my stats for you, but. Yeah, that event ends at 8 o'clock tonight, and I'm excited. That Lewis and Clark is. I mean, the 13 Colonies is right around the corner, so that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite events.
And the link for the 13 Colonies event is in the chat if anybody wants to
I'm
check
gonna go
it out.
ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and post my goal.
And
My
they do
goal-
have a Facebook.
My goal
group,
for the 13 Colony event is to get them all from a park.
Nice.
That's gonna be my goal this year. That don't mean I won't hunt them if at the house. I will hunt them, but those stations I'll put a little star by on my notebook and know I need to hunt them from a park to make my goal. I ain't missing the clean sweep from it though. That would be a great event that you should start, Terry. There's a lot.
I mean, you're the ringleader of it.
There'd be a lot of people that would get behind that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so Hayden, you've been having a little bit of fun this weekend. What have you been doing?
I went out on the boat and did my first official activation. I didn't hunt anybody. Well, I hunted a few stations, but I actually posted a spot on the Parks on the Air page and had some fun with it. Had mixed results, but apparently the bands were crap and I didn't know it. So, but yeah, we did a maritime mobile activation of Kilo 4567. And we were anchored next to Kilo 1578, but I didn't go into the island, so I didn't include that one. And I took some video footage, so I might have a video coming out on my channel if I can edit it and make something useful of it.
You don't say bad words like that.
What, edit?
Yeah,
Or useful?
edit.
But it was a good time.
What would be
boat's
useful
running
is
really awesome.
what would be useful is if my pooper driver could pick up me a video editor that would edit all of the King's videos, I would put out a whole lot more videos.
You're welcome, Eddie. Thank you for hearing me. I was having difficulties with the Wolf River coil. I even took my Nano VNA out because I used to tune up the coil with that. But I haven't used the Nano VNA in forever, so I forgot how to use it. So I'm gonna have to watch a couple of Apes videos and get freshened up on that.
Speaking of antennas, yesterday we used a couple of different ones, but we definitely used one that was interesting. So I activated with my Patreon tall guy, and he has a homebrew buddy stick. And that thing worked really, really well. I dropped the short on it last night about midnight, so you may not have seen it yet. But if you haven't, go check it out because it's pretty interesting. And it actually crushed 40 meters. You know, the original buddy stick is really hard to tune up on 40 meters, but this homebrew one crushed it. So check that thing out. It was pretty cool. Oh.
And I'm gonna pull the link for that now.
You're gonna pull links.
Pulling links and doing all kinds of technical stuff.
As long as you're not pulling my coax, you're all right.
Or your ear hole.
Oh.
There's the link to the short.
So it was funny because I noticed a couple of POTA hunters that hunted me while I was doing. Most of the time when I was doing the Lewis and Clark event, I didn't spot on POTA. And when I did, I put West Virginia Lewis and Clark Trail Station, even though I was always in a park besides maybe once or twice. There was a few times I wasn't, but when I would sit there and I would still just do the CQ Lewis and Clark event. And if it was somebody that I knew was a POTA hunter, I would just say you're 5'9" into whatever park I'm in. But if I didn't recognize them, of course I said you're 5'9" into the Lewis and Clark West Virginia station. And but a couple of the hunters, you know, they're like, I heard you talking to the people. Are you okay? because it wasn't my normal, your 5'9" QRZ.
You said more than 5'9" QRZ. Do you have a fever?
Yeah. So, I all right. Let's get this straight. I might be dying here because I've done FT8. I used a radio all day yesterday, and I rag chewed with a couple of people while doing a activation.
What?
So I'm gonna
Never ragged you.
I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna have to turn. I guess I'm gonna turn in my man card for some of those things. Next thing you know, I'm gonna do QRP. Oh wait, I did just schedule a soda trip.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm considering. I am considering. I'm going to do QRP on sodas because most of them are going to suck. But the trip I scheduled, the hike is short. I heard that it's really steep, but it's a really short hike. So I am considering just taking a 100-watt radio up there with me because this summit is also a POTA threefer.
Oh.
And I'm sure a lot of people is going to get mad if I go through with a QRP setting at a threefer.
They just need to get better antennas so they can hear you.
Here we go. So again, my efficient resident antennas.
Helps it warm the pile up. Nice. From the master rag chewer.
That's the master. Like if you want to rag chew while you're hunting POTA, make sure and stick that guy in your ham alerts. Because I'll tell you right now, unless I tune over and hear him say CQ, I'm just going to keep on scrolling and know he's going to come hunt me. Because once he starts, I might throw my call out one time, and if he don't take my number, I'm done. Because I done know that first person he's going to talk to, he's going to talk to them about 25 minutes. And I'm going to go over and activate 4 parks, and then come back, and he's still going to be talking to that guy. We was in after chat one night, and I thought Dan was going to lose his mind because he wanted the park that Kurt was in. And he's like, he won't stop talking to this guy. I can't get through.
I love me.
You can always do like I did. One time, because PP Man, I know Dan knows very well. If you don't hunt PP Man when he's in an activation, he's going to call you or he's going to text you and be like, why didn't you hunt me? Why didn't you hunt me? Oh, boo-hoo. I run a QRP and you wouldn't hunt me.
I saw him today. I couldn't hear him.
And he gets the same answer from me every time. The top 3 reasons I didn't hunt you, PP Man. Number 1, I'm not a hunter. Number 2, you should have hunted me. And number 3, turn up your power and stop wasting my time, and I'll think about it.
Maybe he needs to watch my video on how to QRP.
Dan has a really good video on how to QRP.
That is true.
Guaranteed to solve all of your QRP problems.
Matter of fact, Dan, if you would start taking your QRP rig up to the summits for me, I will gladly do sodas QRP style.
Then we can definitely QRP.
Let me pull that short.
We will QRP the mountaintop. That is great.
Yeah, I don't think we'll use a mountain topper.
No. You might not have much left of your mountain topper when you're done with it.
Yeah,
I always run QRP, Italian style.
Yeah, Italian style.
I like it.
I say that to PP all the time. I said my radio is most of the time on QRP, man. If you or like right now, my radio is set. Well, I'm sorry, 11 watts. I'm a little bit over.
Well, not nowadays, because anything 20 watts and under is QRP, according to what most people say.
Whoever said that's wrong.
Well, I know.
Yeah, whoever says that, I'll tell you right now, you're wrong.
When I started, it was 5 watts and below. Then it crept up to 10, and then it crept up to 20 because what's that radio? The G90 radio.
The whole
that
reason people say it's
29.
20 is because
Because
the
it's
G90 is supposed to be a QRP radio, but it does 20 watts. Well, you know what? My Yaesu will do QRP. It turns down to 5 watts just fine. But that does not mean I can run 100 watts and say QRP. Well, I can because if you've ever been in my pop-ups,
Anything you want.
if you've ever been in my
Some people
pop-ups,
do that too.
it happens quite a bit. Because I'll tell you what, when you're rocking the speakers on the radio, calling QRP, you're probably not QRP.
I run 30 watts all day long
That's right. That's all you need, man.
You
into
know,
a 1500 watt amp.
That's right.
What is funny is I run 33 watts when I run CW, despite what Dan wants me to do. And one day last week, I think it was, I switched over to sideband, and I did 40, 60, and 80, all on 33 watts. And, nobody knew, I don't even think knew a difference. Because nobody said, well, you're low tonight.
So the link to Dan's short on how to fix all your QRP problems is in the chat.
It's a guaranteed solution.
Go over there, check it out, and make sure you subscribe to him too.
Guaranteed solution.
Yep.
If it doesn't work for you, I mean, I really don't know what to tell you.
If anybody would like to sponsor me running QRP like that, I'm good on the Z.
Good on the Z.
I'm good on the Z because other than the sponsor from the heavens, I can't run QRP like that. I can't afford the coax for that QRP.
Yeah.
Maybe I might be able to buy a jumper. Maybe. I'll tell you what. I wish I would have paid attention to the name of the jumper that I bought when I was in Dayton, because I'm really impressed with it. Not that it matters, but the connectors on that thing is really, really great, and I like it a lot. And it didn't have no name on the package or nothing. It's probably the cheapest thing ever, but like the connectors on it is maybe my favorite connectors I've used so far. So when I go back, I do remember where I got it at, and I remember the colors of their setup. I don't remember the name, but I
what
will
were
go
the
back.
colors?
What's that?
What were the colors?
Yellow and black.
Was it Mike?
I think they're Quicksilver. I think they are.
Oh, okay.
Messi and Poloni have really good connectors. So maybe they use their connectors, just put them on some off-brand coax or something. So.
Hey, I don't know, but they work great. I'll use them without my quick disconnect. Even they work so great. Anyway, I almost don't want to read what he writes. Oh my goodness!
Don't be pulling my jumper.
So listen, I'm gonna call Terry out on this, and so Terry did a very nice donation, and I really appreciate it the other day. He bought 15 slices of pizza. I appreciate the 15 slices of pizza, but he immediately, like an hour later, followed that up in Discord with, "I only need 15 more contacts at a park that is not in your rotation anymore."
Hint.
And I'm not saying that's what he did that for, because it's not. But I'm just saying it was funny that he sent that big donation, and then immediately he's like, "Hey, I need 15 contacts at a park that you don't go to anymore." Oh,
Yeah, you and Tall Guy went somewhere that was a new one for me yesterday.
We went to the new one for you yesterday was the Golly River
Yeah,
Recreation
yep,
Area.
yep.
So it had been a while since I had been up there, and we were getting ready to leave. Um, we were also doing it from a different direction because Tall Guy wanted to meet at Shoney's for the buffet bar to eat before we started. So I left from Charleston instead of the house, and I went up 79 and across, which is much better roads than I normally take because I normally go up through Hawk's Nest, and it's just curvy mountains, and it just sucked. Which I will probably never do again now that I've took this way. But it was a different area. And we were looking. All right, I was like, well, what park are we going to do next? I was like, it should be the recreation area next, and then Carnifex Battlefield. And I brought them both up in Google, and it was telling me Carnifex Battlefield was like 5 miles closer. And I was like, there's no way. I'm like, what? No way.
No way.
And sure enough,
Hilarious.
we did pass the recreation area on the way to Carnifex Ferry. Google was wrong. The king was right. But I went ahead and went to Carnifex Ferry because it was already in the GPS, and I seen which way we were going. I was like, it's just right down here. We'll come back to it. So we go to Carnifex Ferry and activate there. We leave there and get to the recreation area, and he's like, I left my radio cords back there.
Huh.
I was like, uh-oh. He's like, I can't use this antenna without them. I was like, sure we can. So I get in my car and I get the buddy stick radials, not the radio, the elevated radio or whatever. And we rolled it out and got that antenna to work. And then we left there, went back to Carnifex Ferry and got his radials, and then drove on to the Hawk's Nest. Which right before Hawk's Nest, they were having a festival because they found out that Tall Guy and the Poda King was in the area, so they had a festival and they had roads blocked off and all kinds of stuff going on. But we didn't stop because there was too many people wanting to meet us, and we just continued on to the park because we'd have been there all night and we had to get the parks done.
Damn commoners.
You know, we did tell them if they had any. We threw a note out the window said if you have any problems, email Charlie United 3 Hotel Yankee and he will compensate you.
You might not like the postage, but he'll get it to you.
Oh, I actually got a card in the mail. I don't know when I got it because it couldn't have been today because today is Sunday. When I checked my mail when I got home, I'd got a card in the mail today, and instead of sending a stamped envelope, they sent a self-addressed envelope, and they sent $2. I'm like, okay, cool. That's a better deal. I'll take that. So it is a Canadian call, so it is like $1.50 stamp, but I'm still making 50 cents off that deal, and I happen to have forever stamps down there for overseas, so win-win.
I don't think anybody else caught that, but I'm going to go ahead and say that it's pretty impressive that you actually got something out of your mailbox and opened it the same day.
It is very impressive. I'm telling you, I'm sick.
I thought you were about to say I opened something in the mail that I got a year and a half ago, and there was a self-addressed stamped envelope in it.
Okay, so now listen. Before I tell this story, I'm going to make this perfectly clear, okay? I have, for the last year, I have been sending a book of stamps a week out in cards, okay? The problem is I normally get in 3 to 4 books of stamps a week. So my backlog had gotten really, really big. And so the the king has started a mailing service now. You know, I've got the ice cream truck driver sending out stickers. Or it's candy. It's candy. He sells candy, don't he?
Yeah, he's a candy man.
And I've got another team working on the QSO cards, and but when they get them filled out, they have to call me, and I got to look up what park they were in because my cards have park confirming from park numbers, so I have to look up the park numbers and I have to get them the addresses off the Z because they don't have call signs and stuff. So anyway, but they're calling me, getting me these information, and I was like, okay, well, which date? And they'd give me the date, and I was like, wait, you're sending out cards from 2022? I'm like, oh man, I'm more behind than I thought I was.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah,
like
if you
a
send me a
DX
card
promotion.
back in 2022, do not give up. It might be coming in the mail this week. I know-
Don't lose hope.
I know something like 40 cards went out the other day. So, and another box has been delivered. So
You're gonna have to get him his own debit card.
So, listen, these people get benefits here. They get benefits for working for the king. You know, Hayden only requested to spend Wednesdays with me because he said that made his life heaven. That was Hayden's words, not mine.
You said heaven, right? Not heaven.
Yeah, heaven. I did say heaven. Dan gets unlimited peanut butter.
That's true. Yeah.
So, you know, he is well paid. Mike don't show up enough to get any. Mike don't show up enough to get anything. Terry actually scored an extra HRAG sticker because they were uneven last night. So he got an extra HRAG sticker on top of his Patreon stickers, y'all.
Nice.
So don't think he's working for free. And the other mailing team, they just get all the bacon and peanut butter they can handle.
You're paying them in stickers.
So, you know, there are benefits. So you might want to sign up for that Uber driver because it's hard telling what benefits you could get being a Uber driver. I mean,
all about the pooper.
Besides getting to go to like 50 parks overnight, I mean, who wouldn't want to travel to 50 different parks overnight?
And you do want to activate every state in the United States. So, hey,
absolutely.
You take a pooper driver with you.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, I don't got a date on it, but my New York has been planned, and it is going to be Niagara Falls. So, and I do have a pooper driver for that one. So,
very nice, Bobby.
Absolutely. When it becomes apparent.
Bobby, I hope you didn't miss my joke at the. You know what? I did do a joke at the end against all but you know what? I feel bad, and I was talking about paying these guys, so I'm going to give each of them one dad's joke. Mike, you may not have one. You can look one up if you want. We're going to start with Hayden because we know Hayden.
No, don't start with Hayden. I don't know where they went.
Oh
start
my
with
goodness!
Dan.
All right, Dan, you get your dad's joke for the stream. It is Father's Day.
Hey James.
Oh God. Yes, Dan.
You know what you call a fake noodle?
What do you call a fake noodle, Dan?
An impasta.
Oh, I gotta break out the whole.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I can see Mike is looking hardcore right now.
Mike, I got one for you if you want it.
Well, you better have one for yourself because it's your turn, Aiden.
Hey, James.
Why's it gotta be James? What, Aiden?
How long does a jousting tournament last?
Well, being the king, I should know how long a jousting tournament lasts, but I don't know, Hayden.
Until nightfall.
That's pretty good. Uh,
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! All
Okay,
right,
I got one.
all right. Mike's got one.
What does the ocean say to the beach?
I don't know. What does the ocean say to the beach?
Nothing. It just waves.
All right, there we go. There's your Father's Day dance show.
I got more.
Because the one time I didn't make the stream, well, I did pop in on it for a brief minute. I can't even remember where I was. I was traveling to Florida, wasn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, because I popped in on the train. I remember. And these two clowns here, the whole stream pretty much did dad's jokes.
you can't
I'm
leave
on a
us
train.
unsupervised.
I'm on a train going in and out of signal, and I can't even be messaging him like, stop it. Just think, Hayden, you got like 50 or 60 new Father's Day streams that you can do. So you gotta work. You gotta work till all of them's done.
That was Father's Day present last year. Is a whole little tin of dad jokes.
Absolutely.
Oh Lord.
You want another one?
Sure, Hayden. I'm gonna give you one more, just because you have been the longest employee I have. We're going to celebrate your long employment with me.
Why couldn't the pirate play cards?
I don't know. Why couldn't a pirate play cards?
Because he was sitting on the deck.
Oh my goodness! I used to work with a guy named Brad, and he would be loving this right now. He'd be messaging in the chat like, "Dude, I got one." Anyway, so
Hey, James.
yeah, I didn't say you got a second one, Dan.
Denim. Nice one, Eric.
Oh God! See what you did now. You got
It's
you
all
got the
Rocky's fault.
you
I
got
love
the
it.
chicken
I
you
love
got the chicken man doing jokes.
That is so funny.
Oh, like this is my friend Eric. Oh, hi Eric. No, Eric from Hawaii. Oh my God, you're Eric from Hawaii.
The Eric. He's great.
It's funny. I've been having mentioned he's about. I'm like, just say you're Eric from Hawaii. Don't know you faster. Eric has smoked Hawaii, man. I'll tell you what. I would love to know what the number was.
The guitar player?
Come on, Scott.
Let's go with it. Come on. Oh my goodness.
Lord have mercy.
Oh. What do you call a Poda King without a park? Bored.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Anywho,
so my QRP that'll probably turn into a 100-watt radio soda that's coming up. It is coming up in July, probably the second or third weekend. It's also at a Poda Threefer because it's in the Smoky Mountains and the Lewis and Clark Trail, or no, Lewis and Clark. God, that's on my mind. And the Appalachian Trail and the Mountain to Sea Trail meet right there too. So it is in a Poda Threefer and a soda. So not only do I get a Summit off my list, so Dan cannot fuss at me as much. Well, really, so Mom can't fuss at me because we all know Mom's going to fuss at me.
Yeah, it's true.
But is Mom in the stream tonight? I haven't
seen him.
haven't seen him. It's funny because my real mom is actually probably watching the stream like, why is he calling me out? I don't fuss about sodas. I fuss when he don't answer people's questions. My biggest critic is my real mother, not Kyle. Kyle is my second biggest critic. But if I miss a question, or should I say, if Hayden misses a question to give to me, I get a message from my mom, and it's like, "You didn't answer this question. Did you email them and tell them the answer?" So I'm going to start forwarding those to Hayden, I believe.
Okay. Because we don't want to disappoint Mom.
Oh, funny stuff. It's funny because, in Florida last year, Mom was with me every single day at 98% of those activations, you know what I'm saying? And it was crazy. So if PP Man didn't call me on a day, she'd be like, "What's wrong with PP Man? He hasn't called you today."
That's because we can't hear him.
And then the best thing, she's like, "Well, I want to know why he does QRP. Tell him to tell me why he does QRP." And I was like, oh, this is going to be good. So I'm like, "Hey, PP Man, my mom wants to know why you do QRP." Although PP Man did say that he wanted to come see my mom because she cooked for me every day and always had me lunch when I'm going out to the parks and stuff like that, and making sure my ham bod stays in the proper ham shape. So, what? Oh, lasers. Who has the lasers?
I got a text message. It was pew, pew, pew.
That sounded like pew, pew, pew from a Martian to me.
Well, I'm working.
Like laser beams.
Yeah.
It said
like-
pew, pew, pew when
it
I
sounded like-
downloaded it.
It sounded like
What?
freaking sharks with freaking laser beams coming from their freaking heads.
You live up in Maryland. You people ain't even allowed to have guns, let alone laser beams.
You said anything about me having guns?
Well, evidently you don't. You have laser beams.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Anyway,
Anywho,
you know what I am curious about is, does anybody know if Tall Guy and Charlie Golf Charlie activated today? Because they were supposed to.
They did, but I don't think anybody heard them.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anybody heard them. I'm sure they got their activation in, but I couldn't hear them here. So.
Okay. I've been
I
out
did see
finishing
them
up
pop.
this Lewis and Clark event. 30 hour or 60 hours in the book. And I will, after my activation, do any private contacts if anybody doesn't have anybody, but nobody has messaged me. That's only for people who's watching this stream. That does not mean go advertising that I'm still doing the event, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm about done with this. Putting in 60 hours in ham radio is easy for me, but putting in 60 hours under a club call and still trying to keep my numbers under PZN sort of somewhat going good and activating every day, and still trying to get all the Lewis and Clark people under the PZN. See, that event that's took over my head. That the people who's in the PZN challenge, I still had to try to make sure that they all got in every day, Because I'll tell you what, I don't know who sweats it more when they ain't hunting me. If they're sweating it more, or if I'm sweating it more.
Both.
Because there's been times when I'm in the chat like, "Hey Dan, where you at? Where you at, Dan?"
I think last time I said I'm in no copyville.
The funny thing was the first activation we did, because I didn't do a late shift the night before, and that already puts Terry sweating. If I don't do a late shift, Terry's sweating because of the way the bands have been during the day. Because it's really funny because Terry and John Kilo 8 November and Victor are probably 30 miles apart. And
Yeah, they're right over that hill.
Yeah, just right over that hill. And it drives Terry insane when he can't even hear me. And then John gets a 5.9 from me. It's weird to me because I would think, being that close, they should have roundabout same propagation and stuff. You would think.
There's sometimes Eddie's at the bog, and it's about 45 miles straight line from here, and I barely hear him. I mean, if 40 is really long, I won't hear him at all. It's really weird.
But, so after I did the first activation yesterday, Terry was the only one of the 5 that got in the log. And I'm like, uh-oh. I'm missing 4. So I tagged each and every one of those 4 into Discord. And I'm like, hey, where y'all at? You still got to hunt me today. And 3 of them was at a birthday party. And I don't even know if you answered, Dan.
I did. I said I was in no Copyville. Yeah.
Right. I figured Dan was just like, I got this. I got 1,500 watts. I will get you at 759.
That's right.
But all 5 did get in the log yesterday. So, yeah, well, I mean, I guess I was worried because I was using a and not a Eagle 1. So that made it a little scary. No, we used activation 1. We used a homebrew infed half wave. Activation 2, 3, and 4. We used the homebrew buddy stick.
On a 7300?
On a.
I mean, you sounded phenomenal. That's what I was asking.
Whatever. I'm also not used to using a desk mic, and he activates with a. All right, this is a Viking joke, so we're gonna allow this. All Viking
Good
jokes
one, Bobby.
are allowed. I do. I like that. But he uses a desk mic, and so there is no mic passing back and forth. You're just hitting a button. But I'm used to holding the mic up close, and with a desk mic, it's got to be further away from you. And I kept wanting to pick it up. So that was definitely different for me. And he's the poor hunter. So I'll tell you what, he is so super fast. I don't know if he always activates like this, or he's like, oh, I'm activating with PZN. I got to be fast today, because I'm like, I'm holding down. All right, let's say that this right here is the. Let me turn it over so I'm turning this off. Let's say this is the base for the desk mic, and I'm holding it down and I'm talking, and I'm like, hold for second, operator, and my finger is this far off, and his finger is already pressing it down. And he's like, Kilo 3 CR Tango Lima 5.9. I'm like, are you PZN in them? What's going on here?
That's great.
So, it was a good time. We had an absolute blast. So I like any time that somebody's coming to West Virginia, I like to try to meet up with them and stuff like that. But if a Patreon's coming to West Virginia and they let me know in advance, I'm gonna do everything possible to make that happen. So I did. It was about a 2-hour drive from where I stayed the night before. It would have been 3 hours from here, but I did go make that happen, and a lot of fun. And he was envious of something I had, and he asked me for a link to it, and I was going to give him a link to it. And then we got to the last activation, and I just handed it to him. He's like, no, I just want the link. I was like, no. I was like, we're going to call this a Patreon benefit today. Kind of like Terry's beers the time he came to the bar. Because I got the right to do that. You guys help me out so much, and I like to give back. Even driving to parks that are not in my rotation for your 15 more. And I've still got to get him. I've got to get him. How many did we do that day? We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did 7 that day, so I still got to get him 8 more. But the fact that we got 7 of his 15 knocked out in one activation is pretty cool. I have pulled off some 11 and 12s at a couple of times that people needed, but I wasn't set up to do that day for sure.
Hey, James.
Mike, tell Dan that I'm no longer answering him for his dad's joke.
There will be no more dad jokes.
Hey, Mike.
Oh wait, there's more.
Mike isn't available at this time.
I got
Please
you, man.
Please check the number and dial again. Damn phone lines at the Azores. Oh, man. Hey, Hayden.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man. If two vegetarians get into a fight, is it still called a beef?
Absolutely.
Wait.
Oh, I love that one.
Wait, were there two vegetarians in After Chat one night?
I don't know. Probably.
I'm just
What were
curious.
they eating?
Because there was some beef going on there. And
Yeah, that's true. Did you hear the joke about deja vu?
No,
Did you hear the joke about deja vu?
no, I haven't.
Did you hear the joke about deja vu?
Oh my God, it's deja vu.
Okay, so we're coming up on the top of the hour, and we know that that Frank and or Charlie is getting ready to stream. So we're going to start wrapping this wonderful stream up. And Mike, what you got coming up? First off, Mike, thank you for coming back. We've missed you. And I do notice that when I do go to 20 meters, which is rare, Mike's always popping in and getting in the log. So if you want to get Mike in the log, you got to go to 20 meters, or you got to work some extra class 40-meter stuff. But oh God, 3 more. That's it. 3. So we got 12 the other day, Terry. So Terry, if anybody can help Terry out with 3 big uglies, you can take that how you want. Terry is asking for 3 big uglies.
Can we do that over the internet?
Yes.
It's called Terry's. I think it's called Terry's Mind Melt Room or something like that.
Eddie might have a special option at the spa for that.
Anyway, Mike, what do you got coming up, buddy?
I got a web thing next Sunday.
So he's telling us. He's telling us, I'm here, guys, but you can kiss my butt next Sunday. I won't be back.
What are we doing next Sunday? What are you doing next Sunday?
There's a festival going on, and I'm going to be shooting, photographing a festival that's 13 days in the making.
Wait, am I supposed to activate with somebody down there?
I'm glad you clarified that, because everybody thought you were a terrorist from there. I'm going to be shooting a festival.
Oh, there we go. Somebody loves me. Thank you very much, Eddie. We would let Eddie do a dad's joke, but just
the
because
royal brisket maker.
He sent a sticker, so he could do a dad's joke if he wanted to. All right, so just so you know, Mike is not a terrorist and not doing that kind of shooting, but he is taking pictures at a festival next week and won't be here. All right, Hayden, what do you got coming up?
Well, we're gonna go out and play on the boat some more, and throw up an antenna or two and try and
wait. You're off tomorrow?
No, coming up next weekend. I'm not off tomorrow. I'm going to go back to work tomorrow, but we don't talk about that.
Wait. So because I tell you, I have been sick. Wait. I know I've been sick because I did FT8 and I used and people shoot me with laser beams. But did he not say that he was going out on a boat tomorrow?
I don't think so.
Don't know. Yes,
Roll back the video.
We're going to go out on the boat next weekend and play some more radio.
And
Hey,
play
Dan.
some already.
Hey,
So-
hey, how you doing, buddy?
What's the difference between a piano and a fish?
I don't know,
You can't tune a fish.
but you can tune a piano. Very nice.
Okay. So, Dan, what do you have coming up? I'm scared to even ask.
Not a lot, Mike. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. I have a lot coming up, work and hunting POTA, and coming up for some dad jokes for next Sunday.
No, there won't be dad's jokes next Sunday. the mute button will be in full effect next Sunday. All right. So for myself, I do go back to work tomorrow. Yuck. So I will be going out activating after the stream because I've only did one CW activation for myself today. And I don't even have any sideband numbers in for myself. It's been all Lewis and Clark for me today so far. But I'll be out activating after this. And in 8, you know what? Terry needs 3 more in Big Ugly. I'm going to Big Ugly. So we're going to get Terry wiped out tonight. And I'm going to go to Big Ugly and get Terry. I'm going to give Terry his 3 Big Uglies tonight. And
You're going to get a triple dose.
a triple dose. Other than that, I'll work
Menage a trois.
probably
Big
Monday,
Uglies.
Tuesday. To my knowledge, I worked all 3 days this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And we'll be activating before work and after work, streaming on Wednesday, video drop on Thursday. And next weekend is what? What is next weekend?
Yeah.
It's
Field
Winter Field
Day.
Day. Winter Field Day. So look forward to that
Summer
next
field
weekend.
day.
Summerfield Day.
I said winter, didn't I? See, I'm telling you, it's the Lewis and Clark, the FT8,
The rag chewing.
and the opening mail the days it comes in. Well,
Weird stuff.
What
man.
happens when you rag chew during
Yeah.
that activation?
I technically
I think the planets are aligning just right here.
I technically didn't open it the day it came in because today's Sunday, and I know the mail didn't even run today.
Yeah.
So I got it the day I got it out of the mailbox. Does that count?
yeah, still counts.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Go check out Charlie or Frank, who's ever there. And this Wednesday, if you are not a Patreon and you want to do your 7-day free trial and come into Patreon, I will do a happy hour after dark Patreon joke that I wouldn't put on YouTube. So it's not real bad, but I wouldn't put it on YouTube. So somebody sign up and do it. I won't do it for any Patreons already. It's got to be a new Patreon coming in and say, I want your dad's joke today, James. So thanks a lot, guys. 73, and we'll catch you later this week.
73, hit that like button.
73 guys.